Does anyone have a question?
I have a question.
Yes.
When we say no to something in life, is that us rejecting growing?
Is that what?
Is that us rejecting to grow?
Look, no is a very positive word. People trespass all the time. They take advantage of us. They dump all their crap on us. We listen to all their problems, and they never learn to do anything about themselves to fix themselves. And they drain our energy out of us. And when you are capable in a loving way to tell somebody, no, I am not your dumping ground. I don't have to take your anger all the time, your upset, your lack of consciousness. No, no. I think the word is a very positive word that leads to deep inner growth and a lot of security in a human being. So, it's not a negative thing. It's really saying I am not your garbage dump. And we've all had people using us as garbage dumps. And as you grow inside, you get strong enough to be able to tell them, there's nothing I can do for you if you're not willing to work on yourself. And if a person is not willing to work on themselves, what can you do? They'll have to keep beating their heads against the wall until one day they'll wake up. And I think that we work very hard at this inner work. It takes a tremendous effort to do this inner work. And we don't do it so that somebody can come along and drag it out of us and drain us of this incredible energy and inner work. And if somebody says, I need help, can I, if it's a way where they really want to do something about themselves, then we have every obligation in the world to help them. But if they're just dumping their garbage on us and their neurosis and anxiety and insecurity, it's a waste of everybody's time. And sometimes you say no to them, and it might wake them up. They can't use other people that way. So no is not walking away from us. It's really protecting yourself. My inner world is very precious and very valuable. And I would do anything in the world to help somebody who truly wants to help themselves. But if somebody is going to just dump all their crap on, all their emotions and anxiety and fears, etc., that whole laundry list of stuff, we have every right in the world to say no. Tell people the day they want to fix themselves, you do everything in the world to help them. Now, I'm sure everybody has people like that in their life. I've had them in my life. I don't have them too much anymore, but I've had them a little bit. I mean, if they happen to be your father or your mother or your children, you just have to have a lot of patience. And their lack of consciousness and your capacity to love them unconditionally will really make you grow. But you can also say, no. I say it all the time. It's one of the most positive words in the English, French, Italian, Spanish vocabulary. And one has to learn to use it, not being angry at somebody else, not being pissed off at them, but with your heart open, with love inside you, with, you really care about them. But you also understand what can you do if they're not willing to work on themselves. I mean, every person here has me literally 1,000%. You're here to work on yourself. And my responsibility is to give from the deepest place I can possibly give inside myself to each and every person who's sitting in this class. That's my responsibility. And if people leave, then I respect that. This isn't for everybody. But I won't go chasing after them and try to talk them into staying. It doesn't work anyway. Does anyone else have a question? I hope this is clear. I'm not trying to bring negative things here. I'm trying to bring very positive things here. A way of really interacting with other human beings, that demands that your heart is open, but nobody can step all over you and treat you like you're a dirty rag. Does anyone else have a question? And I give a big yes to each and every one of you because you're here working on yourself. You're here trying to build an inner life that is strong enough to connect with God. That to me is one of the great miracles in the world, to be with people that are willing to do that. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, I have a question.
Yes, problem.
How can you clarify that you're finished with a particular level of work that you've been working on for a long time? And
Can you repeat that, please? I'm getting older and a little bit deaf here, so you gotta speak up.
there are times I feel like I may be finished with a level of work, and how best to clarify and confirm that I really am finished with a particular level.
I'll tell you the best way, Bob. Does it nurture you? Does it demand that you grow inside yourself? Does it demand that you open your heart in a very deep way and arrive at a place where there's unconditional love? Does it really provide these kinds of things for your life? If it's just doing it by rote or doing it through habit, understand, you're just kind of spinning your wheels. You're kind of tap dancing in the same place. And it's best to let go of it. But if it works to help you grow, if it really makes you work deep on yourself, it's a treasure that's in your life. And that's how you can tell. That's how I can tell. What do you think? I come back here and do this 7 times a week. I mean, this is not an easy thing to do 7, times a week. It works. It makes me grow. It really demands that I go deeper in myself. It demands unconditional love, unconditional surrender. It demands connecting with God's spirit to have the energy to be able to do something like this. And if it didn't demand that of me and really in a way force me to do those things, I wouldn't do it. I would have found something else. So that's how I can tell, Bob. Does it help me to grow? Am I deepening my inner life? Am I becoming more of a human being because of the situation? And sometimes difficult people in your life, to learn to love them can truly make you into a human being. Those people come into your life, they're so hard that in order to allow them to even be around you, you have to open your heart with such depth that it finds the humanity in them. I don't know what works. I really don't. But whatever works, you got to do.
Thank you, Stuart. Very good.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question? Like, years ago, I've told you this a lot, but just to finish, years ago when I ran a gallery in New York, I mean, it wasn't like an ordinary gallery. I mean, so much different stuff used to go on there. It was unbelievable, healings and meditation classes, and and out of this trying to sell a work of art to live, everything used to go on there. And one of the things I always did, I always kept 1 or 2 people that would come almost every day or every other day who were really difficult for me. They were really difficult for me to be around. And I would have them there because I had to learn from them how to love people that are difficult for me. Because I couldn't delude myself with the thought that I was going to go through my life having only little angels around me. The world isn't constructed that way. So I used to intentionally have people there like that. Because they really helped me become more human. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, if there are no more questions, there will be meditation on Sunday. Thank you. God bless you all. And I hope everybody has a really wonderful weekend, and take all this with you, please. You won't do it for yourself, do it for me. Take it with you. Don't leave it here. Okay. Let it become part of your life. So thank you. And God bless you all.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.